Hi, fellow traders. I hope you guys had a great day today. I want to apologize. You're going to have to look at my ugly mug today. I'm testing out my new webcam, so you're going to have to put up with it, or you can just turn around and listen. You don't have to look at me at all. But trying something different, something I'm going to be incorporating. But, just bear with me for a little bit. All right, so the question I have for you guys today is the one that is asked of me, I can't tell you how many times. What's the best technical indicator for day trading? And I could ask 100 different traders and I can get 100 different answers. That's just the way trading is. It's subjective. It's like art. We look at the same thing and we come up with our own different interpretations of it. But my answer may be different than everybody else's, but I can give you a good argument as to why I think my answer is probably or should be the most generally accepted answer. Your eyes. For me, your best technical indicator is going to be your eyes. Well, I know that's a crazy picture. This is the better picture to look at, right? But the reason why I say that is because every indicator, every chart indicator is lagging. The candlestick has to print for that particular time frame in order for the data to get calculated and presented to you on the chart. So if you are watching the candles form, if you're watching the price action as it happens, you're getting the data faster than anything else. That's the easiest, the quickest way. What you have to learn how to do is to decipher or understand what the price action is that you're getting. And it's all based on the candlestick formation. That's why in the class, I always start with the candlestick formation and try to get you to understand what each candlestick means. What each candlestick is telling you every time it prints. When you put a couple of them together, then you can start getting a story, a clear picture as to what's most likely to happen as we continue to move. So for me, my eyes are going to be my number one technical indicator, because that way I can see everything that's going to happen. I can see before it happens. Here's the miracle behind the man, so to speak. This is my 60-minute chart. All of these indicators are relative to my trading and helping me pick the right stocks to trade. But again, out of all of these indicators, my eyes are going to tell me what's happening. This chart, I don't look at all the time. Once I've determined that I feel a stock is doing something, I'm going to go to this chart and try to verify it. It's easy for me to look at a chart and watch the candlesticks, watch the price action, and have a really good idea about what's going to happen next. And then I use something to verify it. Now, if I'm expecting the stock to go down and I look on the chart and the indicators on the chart are telling me there's support here close by, the reason why we want to know that is it may be close, it may be far enough away to where it's not reacting to the price action now. But if I get in a trade and it moves 25 cents and it starts running into some support or resistance that I could have seen on the chart, but I didn't, and I took the trade, I ended up getting stopped out because it hits that resistance or support and turns around. And so it never makes the move that I want to get to. I never get to take profit. And then that's done. So indicators do play a big part in what we do. And, there's so many, I have 2 classes that I go through this 1-hour chart to really help you understand what's going on. But if you're listening to me every day in chat, the focus is on the linear regression channels. I'm big on channels because I know stocks trade from support to resistance, resistance to support, support to support, resistance to resistance. I know that's how stocks move because that's where people are sitting with their orders. So these indicators kind of give me an idea of where people are going to be sitting, whether it be retail traders like us or whether it's automated trading, computers sitting there ready to fire off orders when it hits this price, and then it's going to stop when it hits that price. You could see all that in the chart. Once you learn how to read price action, you can see that. And that's a big focus for us. That's why it's very important for me to stream my platform, and you see me as I trade. You see exactly what I see, and I can point it out to you. But the short answer is the best technical indicator is going to be your eyes. Okay, then you look at the chart indicators like moving averages, Bollinger Bands, the VWAP, all of that stuff. But for me, the linear regression channels come in right after that. Right after your eyes comes those linear regression channels that we talk about, which is right here. We got a 50, and then we've got the 100. So, all of these play a really big part in my intraday day trading. All right, so let's take a look at today. Now, today was pretty much a day just like the rest of the weeks, the last couple of weeks. A day full of base hits. There are some pretty big trades that happen, but you have to be in that right stock at that right time in order to take advantage of it. But if you're not, I'm still in stocks that have a potential. This SQ had a potential. Here's a 5-minute opening range, high and low. First 5-minute candle. This candle opens right here, starts to sell off. We're completely red. I short, nail the entry as soon as we break the low. Hit my first target within, let's say I got in 35.25. Hit my target within 3 minutes. And within less than 30 seconds after I took my profit, this thing bounced back and stopped me out. Back at break even. I mean, just to actually, it slipped on me because I didn't get a chance to put my stop in. It slipped on me. So I got out a little bit late. That's just how quick it moved. I didn't have time to even put a stop in. But the bottom line is we got the base hit. Okay, fine. Let's sit back and wait, because not every day will the 5-minute opening range strategy give me a home run trade. Okay, and we're talking about that this morning. We're talking about how everybody's looking for the one and done. One big trade and we're done for the day. We're done by 9:45 or we're done by 10 o'clock. Real traders do not trade that way. They don't. So social media traders or internet traders, they probably do that. But real traders, people who rely on their trading income to make a living, are going to be active in the markets all day. Now, yeah, there are days where I have to go out of town or I go do this with my family or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to take those days off. But if it's a work day for me and I'm going to be in the market, because as you'll see today, opportunity knocks all day long. It's The question is, are you going to be there to answer it? But it's okay if you can only trade in the morning. Let's say you have a job and you can only trade in the morning. That's great. Just look to maximize your morning. If you can trade from 9 to 12 or 9 to 11, maximize that time. But don't come in looking to try to finish in 15, 20 minutes every day, because it's not realistic. It can happen, and it happens every now and then, but to try to rely on it every day to make a living, or to make a consistent profit trading, it's just not realistic. So, we talked about that this morning. I'm getting off subject here. But the key is we got it, and it traded inside the 5-minute opening range. The rest, pretty much the rest of the day until a little bit later on. And we started to break down. But I took that, and here I got shook out. This was a rookie mistake here. I was taking the reversal. I waited. I got in when we confirmed. Had a nice window down to the VWAP here, and then more down to the 20. We had good room here, but I spooked myself out. And I'm sitting here, and I realize I'm just not 100% locked in. I'm a little agitated today. I did have to get up an hour earlier today because I did a mentor session early this morning, and ended up going back to sleep. And maybe I didn't get enough sleep, or maybe that just kind of had me to where I wasn't 100% where I should have been. But I can't blame this on anybody but me. This is just bad trading. It's what it boiled down to. I got short here, and I ended up taking it off because it looked like it was coming back. And I just got frustrated and took it off. Look how fast. 5 minutes didn't even print before I ended up taking this trade off. And you see what happened. I just had to be patient and let this thing work. It was a little choppy, but it worked. Hit the VWAP first, and then we got down to the 20. It was great. So this actually would have been a really good trade, but completely botched it. So the next trade of the day was BA, and BA had that bad news on Friday, and then we had the plane crash over the weekend, but it wasn't the 737 MAX. It was just another one of their fleet, and so they were dealing with some bad news. But as I always tell you, when the market's gapping down significantly, the initial value most of the time is going to be to the long side. We're going to find shorts. They're going to work maybe the first 30 minutes, but then the market typically starts to build and recover. And so by now, after 10:30, I'm looking for it to recover. So I wait for it. It broke over the 5-minute opening range high. It never did confirm. To confirm a claim of the 5-minute opening range high and the 100 moving average, it needed to close above it, and then this candle needed to make a new high. That didn't happen. We pulled back, and then we bounced again. This time, as we broke through, I bought it. And sure enough, I get a base hit, and it kind of craps out on me after that. So days full of base hits is basically all I ended up with. And you can see 356.82. A lot better than you would have anticipated. but just 3 base hits. One I completely botched. Should have had a $600 day or better. And that was that. Now, I could have traded into the afternoon, but I had 2 more sessions at lunch. The last one, I couldn't get the guy to hear me. I could hear him, and it was just crazy because everything had worked all day. And then all of a sudden, I'm doing the last session. And so, of course, I came a little bit unglued, and I decided no trading. I was already questioning my ability that morning to trade like I was supposed to, but I kind of had to let it go and just say, okay, I don't want to give back what I've done. I want to start the week out on the right foot. And so we locked this in, and we're going to move on to tomorrow. I got 4 more days this week in order to add to my total. Last week was a whole week of base hits. I had 1 bad day and ended up making over $1,000. And we're trading small size. I'm not trading big size like I could trade. I'm showing you what you could do trading smaller size, being more a little bit more conservative and being more consistent in what we do. That's how you make a profit. That's how you grow your account. And that's what I want to show you every day, that it can be done. Not just I'm telling you, I'm showing you. But again, not bad. So one of the trades I wanted to share with you, the later day trades that my cohort was doing. SRPT. Now we've been looking at this. This was on the watch list too. We've been watching this and waiting to get a clean channel break. Okay, here was the first channel. Here was one channel. Well, this was the first. Once it broke, this was a nice entry here. I was at lunch, so doing the mentor session, so I did miss this one. It pulls back, it holds support, and we start to grind back up. Once it breaks this channel and confirms, you got an entry. But there was no entry here because we had a daily level sitting right here in our face. So you can't buy into this daily level. You have to wait until we break through it. So we were patient. This actually held. And so we started to break through it. This gave us, even though it took a minute to get going, this kind of gave us confidence. This was the more aggressive entry. And, the younger version of me is more aggressive in their trading. The older version of me, who I am right now, is more conservative. So my entry would have been right here, which technically would have been the exact same as where he entered. But the perfect trade. And we talked about this right there in chat. We had the chart up, and everything about this is as perfect as you can get. As perfect as you can get. So I'm thinking, this was about between $450 and $500. A beautiful afternoon trade. Let me see. There's another chart that we can look at. Hold on one second. Oh, here we go. Facebook. Here's another one we were looking at. This was on our watch as well. Okay, you wait until later in the afternoon. If you miss these trades or they don't really give you good, clean setups in the morning, just be patient. Let the market come to you. This happens every day. This isn't just a single day phenomenon. This happens every day. And we had some members take this trade. Just wait. It's all about being patient. So this year, as we're going through our roadmap to success, and we're going through everything. This year, the focus is going to be developing the right mindset so that you can sit here and be patient and allow these moves to happen. Wait for and let the market bring them to you, and then have the mental capacity to execute the trade without fail. That means sticking to your trade plan. That's what this is all about. Trading, the concept of trading is really, really simple. The execution of trading is extremely difficult. And that's why you have to work on the right things. You have to develop the right skills in order to be able to do this day in and day out. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. This was my day in a nutshell. I'm looking for bigger and better things tomorrow. It looks like we're going to be stuck with this political BS for at least 2 more weeks. Hopefully, I promise you, after the 6th, I was hoping that this will be a new week void of all of the stuff, but it's not going away. So we're going to deal with it for 2 more weeks. So maybe experience 2 more weeks of choppiness in certain areas, but we're going to continue to try and identify those stocks early. That's going to give us the best opportunity to make a profit. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will catch you in the morning. Don't have anything else tonight, so we'll catch you in the morning.